security มาแล้วเหรออ๋อเหรอ เออเพราะว่าถ้าเขามาบวยใช่ไหมก็ Uh-oh. She's peaceful today so far, but they're not taking any chances and they're locking the door. So let's give it a few minutes, but for those of you who remember, our little friend, the brawling girl, the brawling woman from Starbucks, she's back, and she's sitting patiently waiting for something, who knows what, but she's back, and they're locking the door to make sure that she doesn't come in. Pretty wild. Crazy, man, it's crazy. Hopefully she doesn't do anything crazy. Ah, come on. What happened here? Yeah, I think it's 72% humidity here. Very, very humid. I think it's 88 degrees, feels like 99 with the humidity, but I'm sweating and the air is just now starting to get cool. But the big news here, I really don't want to get into politics or anything like that very much today. But the big news is that the woman who burst into Starbucks, I don't know how long ago was it. Let's see here. A couple of weeks ago. Let's see here. June 18th. So yeah, about 2 weeks ago. She's here again. She's chilling. I don't want to rile her up by sticking the camera on her, but she's just over to my right, and they've locked the doors. There she is. There she goes. That is her. That is her. That is she. So maybe she's waiting for somebody to come here. I don't know. Got no idea. You can't worry about these things. But I was rather surprised because I thought, I'm not going to stream today. You know, I'm always saying that. I'm not going to stream. I should just tell myself, you're going to stream, you know, whether you say you're going to stream or not. And then she shows up. It's the same one. It's the same one. She's back again. They've already called security. She's sitting in the exact same spot as the last time. And who knows what's going to happen, but there's a couple people in here and they have locked the door. They got smart. They locked the door beforehand. Both of these girls are a little bit nervous about having a problem with this particular woman. No. The lady in the blue dress is not here. The people who were the subject of the attack are not here. The woman on the right, on my right, sitting down outside, that is the attacker. keeping an eye open. I don't know what's going on. She doesn't look volatile right now. She looks like she's just chilling out. But, you know how that goes. She's looking for me. Well, she can look all she wants. It doesn't matter. She thinks Starbucks prices are too high. That's what it is. She's probably going to get mad because they're locking the door. Dude, what are you doing? Oh, it's changing the sign. Okay. So they locked the door. I think they'll feel better when it hits 11 o'clock. I feel like the husband and the wife that were inside of their mansion when the protesters, the non-peaceful protesters, let's not call them peaceful, because I don't really think they're peaceful. You know, they jump in a New York second or a St. Louis second. So, you know, that's what I feel like here. I feel kind of like, wow, I'm locked in. I'm like, the only ammo I got is these. But I really, really think that these two girls can handle it. She's right over here. I've showed her about 5 times already. Right over there. And there's nobody out right now, aside from a few workers. Yeah, I mean, listen. I told the bigger girl here. I told Beer, the one on the right. If you look straight a little bit to your left, now the one on the left. They're like checking her out. I told her. I said, if you really cracked her good, you'd probably flatten her in a split second. It wouldn't be anything. She's not a real big person. She's just a little scrappy thing. And she didn't know how to fight, so here we go again. She's got to unlock the door. Every time somebody comes to the door, she's got to unlock it and then lock it. I feel bad for them. And like I said, you know, this is not like somebody back in the States who, you know, they just want to be a pain in the ass because they're for Starbucks. They hate Starbucks. They love Starbucks, whatever. But you know, you can't beat the hell out of her. She's a bit off. She has some issues. And so you can't, you know, like if she came in, it wouldn't be, you know, in some places, you come into my store again, I'm going to beat the hell out of you. Well, you can't do that here, you know. So. All right, she making a move? Let's see. Let's keep an eye on the situation. You never know, she might come after me. Just try to scratch my eyes out. Jono, if you're listening, they got some good jazz on. This is some old school stuff. It sounds like it's from the 40s or 30s or something. Anyway, maybe she's posting your videos on her Instagram to get more followers. Who knows what she's here for? I mean, you know, it's all speculation. Anyway, listen, before I get into everything, thank you to those who have joined me, who have been so kind to leave a thumbs up already. And appreciate it. Appreciate all the help. It was my best month in how many months? My best month in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Well, my best month in a year. So that's a good thing. And that allows me to do some things other than sit here in front of the in front of my phone or in front of my camera or whatever it may be. You guys make it all possible. I want to give a big shout out today. Who was I going to give a shout out today to? Jesus, can't remember who it was. Carl, we haven't seen all that much of you lately. I hope you're doing well there in New York, and I appreciate all your support. And you know, I appreciate everybody who's been buying the T-shirts and the books, because, like I said, all that stuff really helps. That stuff's what. Listen, you know, money is a motivator. You know, you can make some dough and you can do some things that you want to do, and that helps. So I really appreciate it. If you'd be so kind, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Check down in the description for everything. By now, if you've been watching YouTube for any portion of your life, and most of the people who watch my channel are a little bit older, you know, they're not like, I'm not getting the kids, you know. She's on the phone right now, making sure that she's gonna be safe. She told me she called security, and they're calling the police. Apparently, they want to make sure that nothing happens. But anyway, I'm preparing for my trip. What was I talking about? Listen, Hong Kong is in a bad way right now. Hopefully, they'll start. The U.S. and the U.K. will start giving the opportunity for people to legally migrate to the United States and gain asylum. Legally. Not illegally, where, you know, they're just coming in across the border like a mule. We don't need that. We need the legal people, just like Thailand needs legal people. And, you know, they got their share of illegals as well, but that's neither really here nor there. Thank you very much, Francisco. You know, I should give you a shout out, Francisco. I'll give you a shout out for the day. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You are the first person of the day. So, of course, I know you guys get tired of hearing that, but you have good luck all day. But damn it, I was going to give a shout out to somebody besides Carl and besides you, Francisco, and I can't remember who it is. I should give a shout out to Longhorns, wherever he may be. Everybody wants to move to Texas now. The story about the fake gold, I'll get into that in a few minutes. But it's billions of dollars. As always, the Chinese are at it again. Those pesky Chinese. They're pesky. Now, yesterday, yes, I do believe that is true, Tom. The UK shall be allowing people to come in, but you know, I don't know how long all this is going to take. It has not been formally, it has not been confirmed in the United States. It's only been, that's for you, Gennaro. All right. But hopefully it will be. I don't know about the UK. But I know that there is a lot of turmoil in Hong Kong because I'm still a member of a couple of groups and I still talk to people there, and things are not very good. There are people there that they don't care. They're willing to die to fight the CCP, which is very sad. And I just before going online, I saw a video of a photographer who was standing near the water cannon. There was a whole group of people near the water cannon, and they shot the photographer with a stream of water, it was peppered water. There's pepper spray in the water. They sprayed him, knocked him over, and apparently ruined his camera. And he's on his way to the hospital. Supposedly, I think he's okay, but you know, who knows? No, I'm not in Hong Kong now. No longer. I can't get in there. Nobody can get in at this point. Nobody like me can get in. No foreigners. I believe the only people that can get in there that are foreigners are foreigners with work permits. And since I don't have a work permit there, I can't get in. And then getting back into Thailand would be a huge pain. And you know, Mr. Tom, who has come into the stream many times, he's basically stranded in Florida. You know, fortunately, he has family there that he can stay with, and things are okay where he is. But he has a real problem getting back in. You know, I don't even know. He was supposed to come back like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. And now he's not even going to be able to come back until something like September or October, if that, if then. She's still sitting there. Maybe she's just waiting for the mall to open up, you know? Maybe that day she just forgot to take her her meds. Yeah, you know, with regards to the Nakhon Phanom stream, I'm still not sure yet what I want to do and how I want to go about doing things. Because, listen, if I had it my way, I would take the next month, a couple of weeks, and take a Songtao and a bus or a bus or whatever it might be, from province to province all around the outer edge of Thailand. But that's you know, if it did it in 30 days, that's about there's guilos in Hong Kong. I don't know what you're talking about. In fact, many of them are my friends. Many of the people I'm talking about are my friends, and they're foreigners. So I'm not sure why you think there's nobody there, and because there are. Khon Kaen. I don't think I'll be going to Khon Kaen. I need to look at my map here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. That's the river basin one. Let me see here. iCloud. Let's see here. Documents. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that are there, and they're foreigners. So to say that, you know, there's no guilos there is just rubbish. Rubbish. Let me see if I can find this thing here. I don't know where the hell it is. Soy Dog Cowboy, what's happening? We're trying to... That's what it sounds like. No more foreigners allowed in Hong Kong. Yeah, there's no foreigners allowed to go in to Hong Kong at the moment unless they have a work permit. Other than that, all right, what's going on here? Okay, I found it. All right. Let me see here. No, I won't be going to Khon Kaen because that is not on the outer edge of Thailand. But first, I'll be going to Nakhon Phanom, and I still have not decided. Do I want to walk to Bun Khan and then take a Songtao to Nong Khai, and then that's the end of my trip? How do I want to do it? Do I want to go to Nakhon Phanom and then every place that I go spend like 2 days there? Oh, I've had these for a while, but they're about 2 months old. And then go from. She's still there. She's watching me. She's got all her eyes are on me. Not really, they're on her phone. Anyway, what I'd like to do is do a trip where I go from Nakhon Phanom, Bangkok, Nong Khai, Lui, Uttaradit, Nan, Phayao, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, Thak, Kanchanaburi, Ratchaburi, Phetchaburi, go all the way down, then come all the way back up on the coast, go all the way back around and go to, what is this here? Samut Sakhon, Samut Prakan, Chat Chung Sao, Chonburi, Rayong, Chantaburi, Trat, Sakeo, Bordidam, Surin, Sisaket, Ubon Ratchathani, Amnat Charan, and then Mukdahan, and then that would be the end of the trip. That's what I'd like to do. I don't know if I can do that right now. Tat Phanom is a place I may go. It depends on how much time I have, because I want to go to Uncle Ho's. I want to go to Uncle Ho's pad. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It depends on, you know, the scratch. It depends on how I feel when I get to Nakhon Phanom, because I know I have to walk about 26 kilometers a day to be able to do the trip, and divide it up to where I know where the hotels are to get to Bangkok. After that, I don't really know, though, you know. It's kind of one of those things, I'm just taking it as it comes. It's an adventure. But those are the places, yeah, around, you know, 15 miles is around 6-7 hours a day of walking, which is a lot. But if you divide it up and I'm not gonna ride a bicycle. It's not gonna happen. I don't feel like having a raw nether regions. And I don't know, my hips could handle it. They can probably handle the walking, but I don't want to, yeah, I don't really want to go on a bicycle. Scooter would be okay, but it's much more dangerous. The thing is I'd rather just walk. I'd rather walk or take a Songtao, to be honest. I mean, that's, you know, it's as simple as that. Yeah, Bowen, you're getting a bit crazy, man. I appreciate that you post my stuff on Twitter and everything, but you with the hashtags in my chat, please stop doing that. It's disruptive and irritating. I don't know what's with this music here, but I feel like I'm Fat Freddy Flintstone, you know, like shooby dooby dooby da ba dooby doo. The first thing I'll try to do is catch a boat. I think Tuesday night or Wednesday morning will be the first stream from Nakhon Phanom, and I should have a little bit better idea, slightly, as to what I'm gonna do by then. We'll see. Now, getting to this gold story. Yeah, I don't know. I can tell you right now that another one's not going to be. Yesterday's stream, where was I? I was in the park, and the music they were playing, they demonetized it because of the music, the Chinese music being played. This one's loud. Yeah, water, hat, sunscreen, not too much weight on my back, which I'm working on right now. You know, it is pretty hot. Now, here it is right here. Mystery of, wait, let me see here. Yeah, this is the one. Mystery of, I got the good shoes. Mystery of $2 billion of loans backed by fake gold in China. NASDAQ-listed King Gold's play for trove of properties stymied by corruption probe. More than a dozen Chinese financial institutions, mainly trust companies, loaned 20 billion yuan, that's $2.8 billion, over the past 5 years to Wuhan King Gold Jewelry Inc., with pure gold as collateral and insurance policies to cover any losses. King Gold is the largest privately owned gold processor in central China's Hubei province. Its shares are listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange in New York. The company is led by Chairman Jie Hong, an intimidating ex-military man who is the controlling shareholder. What could go wrong? Well, plenty, as at least some of 83 tons of gold bars used as collateral turned out to be nothing but gilded copper. That has left the lenders holding the bag for the remaining 16 billion yuans of loans outstanding against the bogus bars. The loans were covered by 30 billion yuan of property insurance policies issued by state insurer PICC Property and Casualty Company and other smaller insurers. The fake gold came to light in February when Dongguan Trust Ltd. set out to liquidate King Gold collateral to cover defaulted debts. In late 2019, King Gold failed to repay investors in several trust products. Dongguan Trust said it discovered that the gleaming gold bars were actually gilded copper alloy. Now, is this really all that surprising? It's not to me. What's surprising is the amount of money. Now, of course, they flatly denied that this was fake, and they said that this was because some of the gold the company acquired in early days had a low purity. Yeah, okay. In a telephone interview in early June, Jie denied that the gold pledged by his company was fake. How could it be fake if insurance companies agreed to cover it, he said, and refused to comment further. I can tell you how, because the insurance companies are in on it too. Possession and test is the only way to do it. All that glitters is not gold. Following Dongguan Trust and Minxin Trust, two other King Gold creditors also tested pledged gold bars and found they were fake. A Dongguan Trust employee said his company reported the case to police on February 27th, the day after the testing result was delivered, and demanded 1.3 billion yuan of compensation from PNC's Hubei branch. King Gold has defaulted on 1.8 billion yuan of loans from Dongguan Trust, with an additional 1.6 billion yuan due in July. Give you a little look over there. The 83 tons of purportedly pure gold stored in creditors' coffers by King Gold as of June, backing the 16 billion yuan of loans, would be equivalent to 22% of China's annual gold production and 4.2% of the state gold reserve as of 2019. That's huge. That really is huge. Gennaro, what's happening? Today we have Miss Prejo and Miss Beer. And we also have the Starbucks Brawling Lady. Yes, sirree. Now let's see here. She's just chilling like a villain right now. But you know, she was doing that before, and the girls are still a little nervous about her. You know, whatever. We'll see what happens. But I figured you guys should know. Hey, you know, she's a scrapper, and you know what that means. No, it's not fair to them. You know, that's the problem. It's not fair to them. So what are they supposed to do? What they're doing is locking the door and calling the police and calling security. She's still on the phone. Tani okay ไหม Tani okay ไหม Okay ไหม She's got that door locked, man. Yeah, she's chilled out though. Girl's chilled out, you know. Yeah, I don't know. You know, the other day the girl told me, "Oh, I'm all alone," and I said, "Oh, okay." And then like 5 minutes later, the boss came out from the back. So I don't know. Maybe he had a secret entrance or something, but I don't think so. Yeah. They're patiently waiting. I want to find out they got some like, I thought she said that she had a security coming. Beer. 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 ตอนนี้โทร security โทรแล้วไหม
ใช่ครึ่งชั่ว
แต่
โม
เขา
งไม่มาเลย
half an hour อ๋อกลัวไหมกลัวมีปัญหา
ใช่กลัวลูกค้า
แต่เคนเขาไม่อยู่
ไม่อยู่
ยุคุณแล้วก็เพลว
ใช่ค่ะคุณสกอต
โอ้ย not me I think ถ้าอันตรายมากโอเคช่วยได้แต่ถ้าไม่อันตรายผมต้องคิด security แล้วก็ตำรวจต้องดูแลเองใช่ไหม
ขอบคุณเรื่องมาก
อ่า
หา security ก่อนเนี่ย
แต่คนที่ YouTube อยากเขาทำว่าคุณเป็นตอนนี้คุณเป็นบาริสต้าใช่ไหม
เป็น supervisor
เป็น supervisor ไม่ใช่บาริสต้า Coffee master she's the supervisor ตอนนี้ทำงาน Starbucks นานเท่าไหร่อ่ะกี่ปี 3 ปี
ต้องรอดูลูกค้าจะเข้าลูกค้าจะออกขายประตู
She's got to look out for the customer because when the customer come, you know, they open the door. She doesn't want them getting pissed off or whatever. Thank you very much, El Camino. El Camino kicking down to $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. My feet are my El Camino. And speaking of El Caminos, I used to, many years ago, I worked in when I first moved to California, I lived in a place called Walnut in California. And there was a little liquor store near Mount San Antonio College. It was a couple of miles, 2 miles away. And this guy who was my boss used to have an El Camino. And every night after work, we'd sit in the freezer and we'd try out one of the many different beers. You know, we'd try beers from wherever in the world. We'd have a beer each and we'd jump in his El Camino and go somewhere and party or whatever. You know, or he'd take me home. And but I always liked his El Camino. I was like, you bastard, I gotta buy this thing off you. Yes, beer is very nice, very, very polite, very businesslike. I still don't know her story though. You know, usually I find out their story slowly but surely. I find out what's up with them. You know, they don't just like, you know, a customer doesn't just come in and they tell them their life story. That's not how it works. But you know, I mean, I know like one of them, the one who just had the kid. Thank you very much, Steve. Wow. All right, man. Considering I wasn't going to stream today, this is pretty good, huh? That really helps. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but, you know, we used to jump in his El Camino, and he'd spark up a doobie, and we'd head back over towards my neck of the woods, and there was girls we knew and little places we could hang out. And, you know, we used to get goofy. Oh, shit, sorry. Nobody, you know, the problem with the news is if you watch the news all the time, it's too much. If you don't watch it, then you don't know what's going on. And like in Hong Kong, it's getting crazy. This one's for you, Gennaro. That one's all for you, Gennaro. Too much news is not a good thing, and too little is not a good thing. Although, I could say my name is Chuck and I don't give a fuck. Should I put this one for you, Gennaro? Nah, she's not your style. She doesn't have the makings of a barista like Gennaro likes. She wears her chort nicely. Her chort? Oh yeah, we forgot about this. I forgot about this. This lady in this. She's the chief prosecuting attorney in St. Louis. Forgot to say anything about her. I don't want to talk about news too much, but she's an idiot. She's the idiot. People break into this family's property illegally. They're trespassing. They're illegal, just like illegal immigrants. That's why they use the word illegal. That's why they say they are trespassing. They are breaking the law. They are illegal because they are doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And this lady has the gall to question if these people have the right to protect themselves. I'm so sick of this whole liberal movement to take away your guns and all this other kind of stuff. And then what's funny is that when they need help, you know, and they need people that have weapons, they whine and cry about it. She's an idiot, this woman. Let me see something here. Let's see here. So, another walk today. See, I'm trying to steer it away from the news again because I don't want to get too into it. But I'm not using Wi-Fi. I have Wi-Fi on my computer and I have 4G on my phone. Backed by George Soros. How old is George Soros? It's about time for him to kick the bucket, isn't it? Well, she's worth $8 billion. All right, he's 90 years. He's 89 years old. He'll be 90 in August. He does have a brother, though. I don't know. I wonder how much. I know that she was supported in part by him, by his funds. She's still on the phone. She told me she called their security right there. I think she called security. You can see him. Well, I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's on the phone. She's on the phone. There she is. The guy's walking over. She's over here. This is the guy starting to. It took him 30 minutes, so maybe he had to take a shower and get over here real quick or something. I don't know. He had to race over here. This guy doesn't look like he's gonna play. He's gonna be like, listen, honey, homie, don't play that. Let's see what happens. Maybe, maybe he's not gonna do anything because she's not doing anything wrong. She's just sitting there. Oh, he's taking her picture. He just took her picture. He's going to search the Mall Bangkok database to see what's going on. Oh, man. Listen, there are some things that I say sometimes. Yeah, exactly. There are things that I say sometimes about Thailand that some people may not like, and that sometimes I don't particularly like saying, but I will say this. I will say that, oh, here you go, Gennaro. What I will say is that generally, Thais treat people in distress. From what I've seen, they treat people who are in distress, they treat them pretty well. They do have compassion. He's just eyeballing her, making sure she's okay. She's not doing anything wrong. And the guy who's the manager, he repeatedly apologized, not only to me but every other customer here, because it's unacceptable. All right, I'll give you a little. I know, Gennaro, you're drooling right now, but. Oh yes, Gennaro, you did not know that? That is the same lady, and here comes the traffic. The traffic officer is walking by now. I'm just going to let Gennaro enjoy his view, because I know how Gennaro has a thing for baristas and Thai girls. I'm just, I'm a giver, Gennaro. Just so you know. Yeah, I mean, the the guy who is the manager of this place, Ken, he did say that this kind of thing happens in some of the Starbucks, that there are problems in other Starbucks with, people that they have mental issues. He said she was the first one, though. So, she, listen, she might be functional. She could have been off her meds that day. Who knows, The girl could have walked by and said something that was, she won't admit to, and then this girl got pissed. I mean, who knows? Oh, I think it was, yeah, that was right. Creo was there. I forgot about that. I didn't even remember she was there. She's keeping an eye out. Oh my God. They're keeping an eye on the door to make sure that nobody comes to the door. But she was here. I forgot about that. Yeah, you know, the farang in the corner is the worst of all of everybody, at least according to most Thais. That's what my wife told me today. She said, you know, how bad are you gonna be? And I'm like, what? Huh? Me? Who? What are you talking about? I think, Gennaro, if you're, you know, if you like younger baristas, I think Preo, I think she's 22, and I think Beer is 26 or 27. I don't know. I don't really care all that much. It's just the information. You know, I file the information away so I have it to give to you. Anyway, what time is it here? 9:47. Yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that, Steve. Then I've also heard of like a mentally ill foreigner who, I don't know if he wanted to take a picture or he wanted to go in and didn't pay or something, and then the security guard said something to him, and then the foreigner mouthed off to him, and then he ended up getting the shit beat out of him. But yeah, the crowds here, they don't, if you're in the wrong, especially, they don't play. You do not want to get into a situation where an angry Thai mob is set upon you, because they will kill you. And that's why it pays to, it pays, if you're going to have some kind of confrontation with somebody here, it really pays to be sure you know what you're doing, you know your surroundings, you know how much distance is between them, you know, and whether they'd be able to come at you fast enough for you to react, or, you know, they're too close, because you don't want anybody in your circle. And, you know, Thais are not great about personal space. They'll get in your personal space. They may not even know it. There's no cop. The security guard is standing over there. Can you see him here? Let me see. He's standing over there still. We barely see him behind the guy with the garbage. Over there. And there's your girl, Gennaro. And there's your two girls over here. It's probably her mother. So if you were gonna try and pick this one up, you'd have to have some game, Gennaro. I don't know how much game you really have. I don't know if you've got enough game to pull it off in front of mom. You gotta be pretty slick, man. Yes, it is better to walk away. I don't know. I mean, maybe because I'm a guy, and maybe because I don't feel like I have to be a model, but I don't get the whole selfie thing. I just don't. Take a photo of me. My wife drives me crazy sometimes. And she drives the kids crazy because, you know, every time she goes somewhere, it's like, Nicholas, take a photo. Okay, now we have to take a photo with the family. Now we take a photo here. Now we take a photo with here. Before you know it, we've taken 150, you know, photos, and it's like we only need one or two. And they're off. Anyway, so yeah, you got to be careful the gold you buy, especially if it's from Wuhan. This is the intimidating guy. Oh my God. They, you know, when I was reading this article, it said the intimidating former military officer or whatever, general or something like that. Gia is tall and strong, one financial industry source familiar with Gia said. He's an imposing figure and speaks loudly. He is bold, reckless, and eloquent, always making you feel he knows better than you. Sounds like a prick to me. And I'm looking at a photo of him. I'm not going to pull it up right now because it's a pain in the ass for me to get it onto my phone and show it and everything. But I would say he has large jowls. He reminds me of, you know, the sports announcer Bob Sheridan, who's a big dude. You wouldn't want to get hit by him. This guy is a bit of a fat boy with, yeah, I wouldn't be intimidated by him. I wouldn't call him intimidating. It's pretty, Jocko Willink, okay, he looks like a gorilla who could snap your neck. That's intimidating. You know, I just counted the Starbucks in Bangkok. There are at 50 at least. Still check the gold, test it. Of course, I don't care who he is. You got to check that gold. 50, there's got to be more than 50. There's got to be 200 at least, 300. I mean, I can think of 10 just off the top of my head. There's 3 right in this mall. Thank you very much, Soy Dog Cowboy. For a day where I really did, listen, I'm sorry, if Jocko got a hold of Khabib, he would snap him in half like a twig. The thing is that Khabib is probably a bit more skilled, and but he also is outweighed by about 60 pounds or something like that. Jocko's a big boy. I would not want to have his forearm wrapped around your neck, because I still remember when I wrestled in high school, and also I did shoot boxing a long time ago when there was no MMA. Yeah, I'm joking, but the point is that I used to wrestle and do, you know, all kinds of stuff 30 years ago, 35 years ago, 40 years ago. And I still remember what it feels like to have somebody so strong that they tried to get a chokehold on you, and you tucked your chin so they couldn't get they couldn't quite get it in, and they were crushing my jaw, crushing my face. I could feel my face, you know. That's how strong they are. I have a feeling he would just smush your face. I think it really depends. I think if there's rules, I think Khabib would probably have a good chance of beating him. I think if there's no rules, I don't know, you know. 336 Starbucks, and that sounds about right. Khabib can beat a bear, nobody can beat him. Just because he spars with Daniel Cormier, that doesn't necessarily mean all that much, because Daniel Cormier could probably drop Khabib on his head if he really wanted. At times, if he gets him in the right position, he could probably drop him on his head. You know, there is, I forget the rule or whatever about age and the belt and the difference in belts and the weight and all that kind of stuff. There is some rules that they have in jiu-jitsu, and I never studied jiu-jitsu for more than, well, shoot boxing, which incorporates some jiu-jitsu and a little bit of jiu-jitsu for a couple of months, and that was it. And that was 15 years, 18 years ago, something like that. Mr. Monash. We'll call you Monash. Mr. Monash. Mr. Menage a Trois. You know, I don't know if you know this, Soy Dog Cowboy, but there's a Starbucks down on near the Muse where we had that meal, that lunch, the one day. There's a Starbucks down there that has been repeatedly voted as the best Starbucks for good-looking women. And And I went there once, and I was like, you know, it was a slow day for some reason. I forget what it was, but I was surprised because I was like, damn. You know, some places you get some and you go, oh, there's a lot of little cute business women here or something. No, that place was like, there's a lot of cute and good looking women who are very, very well dressed, and you know, they were money. Yeah, really, really. Poirier took a pounding, boy. He fought for that win. Down by the Muse. Remember the place where we had that lunch? Yeah, Alex is so mellow, it's almost worrying. He would never think of like making a problem with someone, or he's just mellow, man. He just wants to, you know, hey man, I'm doing my own thing. You know. Last night he like, you know, all day afterwards he was sleeping, and then I'm like, what are you doing now? It's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm staying up, you know, I'm gonna stay up all night. I'll play my guitar. No, I don't mean Avenue. I mean exactly where I said. It's a standalone Starbucks, and it's fairly large. I don't know, I gotta look and see. Let me double check on this. Not your Starbucks. That place? Come on, man. I mean, you know, it's during the virus now, but let me see something here. All right, let me see if I can find it. Coffee. Menu, coffee house. Where's the About Us? Starbucks in Thailand. Well, you may be right, but 30 pounds is nothing to sneeze at, especially when you're talking about elite athletes. 30 pounds means a lot of weight. I mean, if you're talking about boxing, forget about it. 30 pounds is huge. 5 pounds is a lot. 10 pounds is a lot. Wrestling, maybe, you know, yeah, okay. You know, I don't know. I don't know if they've rolled, you know, I'd like to know. Have they ever rolled together? I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe somebody could ask Jocko. What does he think? The point is that Jocko is a gorilla, and so is Khabib, and so is McGregor. Which is why I say maybe in a street fight there would be a little bit of a difference, because you know, anything goes. I don't know. But the bottom line is, any of those guys, Dustin Poirier, any of these guys, I've gone to so many locations, Steve, that it's silly. It's silly. And I'm serious. I've been to so many Starbucks, and the thing is that so-and-so knows this person from that Starbucks, one of the baristas, and I'll say, oh yeah, you know so-and-so from, usually I go to this Starbucks, do you know so-and-so from this place? Oh yeah, Kun Tang Mo, oh I know her, yes, Kun Phil Me, you know. I'm trying to find that location. Where's it at? Sometimes some of these girls, what they do is they end up opening their own coffee shop. I've known several of them. They ended up opening up their own coffee shops wherever, back in their hometown or whatever. But let me see something here. Could be a Starbucks celebrity. I mean, you know, I don't know that I want to be a Starbucks celebrity. I saw this chick, you know, I've been watching this show, every night, Below Deck. Never heard of it until the other day. I saw it on Netflix, and I started watching it. And I saw this. I was curious about one of the girls, and she said something like, "You gotta wonder when somebody really." What was the phrase she said? They look up to somebody who's a Bravo celebrity. Like a Bravo celebrity. You have to really think, why does somebody look up to somebody because they're on a TV show? It's pretty, pretty stupid most of the time. All right, let's see if I can find this place. Where the hell is it? Let me see the name of that street. I think it's not Tanon Witayu, but let me see here. Tanon Longsuan. All right, so Longsuan. Longsuan Road. Oh man, all season Sindor. I don't know. Maybe I can find it in the course of the remaining stream here. Oh, she left. She's gone. No more. The girl left. Oh, I guess she walked off. She's gonna go harass the Burger King and McDonald's crowd. Let me see something here. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to figure it out. But I do remember it. The first Starbucks I ever went to in Hong Kong when I lived there, and all the time, and the lawyers in my office were buying 2 to 4 times. Yeah, today I haven't even had a coffee from Starbucks. Because honestly, I don't feel like spending the money. I got coffee at home, which, what does it break down to? About 15 baht a cup? Not even that, 10 baht a cup. I can always go over to Black Canyon Coffee, and I can get 3 coffees for the price of 1 here. So, it's buying a water is like, people don't think about it, but over the course of a year, it adds up, I've already done the math. What is this? There's an ad? Are you shitting me? There's an ad in the middle of a stream? How does that work? They've unlocked the door. The girl is gone. She's double checking.ไปแล้วเหรอ?ไป McDonald's. The chick's gone. Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. You don't want to have to worry about somebody coming in here and like stabbing somebody, or even punching somebody in the face, and then it's kind of like, what's going to happen then? Would they sue him in Thai court? Would the Starbucks say, hey, we're going to give you some cash to shut up because we don't want this getting out? I mean, what would happen? I don't know. Anyway, clouds are coming up. Let's see if I can show them to you guys here. Getting a little bit cloudy. It's been raining, but just not all that much. And I'm sure it's going to rain later today. Anyway, back to the trip. The trip. There, I have to admit that now, more than say, I mean, you know, the first couple of trips to Hong Kong. Oh, here she comes. Hey, wait. มาแล้ว She came back. She's back. She's back in her spot. She's going through the hair. Poor girl. It gets easier when they, you know, because at 11 o'clock they lock this door and nobody can come in. Everybody has to go in through the door behind me. What does that matter, John Smith? Really, what does it matter? Why did you get married as opposed to just dating forever? Ugh. How old are you, John Smith? I'm asking you, how old are you? What is your age? 20s. Well, that there it is right there. That's exactly why you're asking me that question. Let's just put it this way, John. When you, after a while, you get tired of just, you know, being with any old chick, seeing them, going out, getting to know them, figuring them out. Are they liars? Did they tell the truth? Are they good chicks? That, you know, decent girls? Are they girls who would screw you over at the drop of a hat? You know, what kind of person are they? You know, once you get done with them in bed, you want anything more? You want them to stick around? Are you bored? You want to just kick them out like immediately, or you want them to stick around? I mean, you know, after a while, it's like, Jesus Christ, how about you just find one that's good and you just stick with them? For me, that's fine. That was fine. You know. I don't know, 30 what? What am I, 57? I don't know, 30, 34, 35. Once you sow your oats, have you even been to Thailand, John Smith? I mean, really, have you been to Thailand? Have you traveled, or what's the deal with you? I'm not being a smart ass, I'm just asking the question for a reason. Just like I was asking about your age. No, you've never been here. Okay. Exactly. And let me tell you something. Thailand today and Thailand 25 years ago, 26 years ago, 30 years ago is not the same. You know, you come over as a Westerner, and in the old days, it's like, you know, you met some girl, she was a nice chick. You know, she went back to your place with you. You wanted to hang out for a couple of days. You hung out together. And, you know, maybe she needed a little money for a taxi or whatever it was. She'd give her a little cash. And they're happy. That was fine. And then, you know, there were ones who were just like, I need money. You give me this much. You know, I stay with you every day. You give me this much or something like that. And you're like, all right, listen, it's like $20, $25. You know, you're on a holiday. It's like, all right, whatever, you know. But then after a while, it's kind of like, you know, things change a little bit. And, you know, she's still over there. So, that's the other thing. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to be 60 years old, 70 years old, and you're just going to be running around, banging 20-year-olds? Listen, my kid is 19, and I think about his maturity level and Nicholas's maturity level at he's almost 18. And I think about that when it comes to some of the women, and it's like, all right, you want somebody to keep you warm at night, that's one thing. But most guys, when they get older, that's not what they want. They want somebody to hang out with, to talk to spend time with, to be their friend, to be the mother of your kids, Thanks a lot, Monash. Mr. Menage. Mr. Menage a Trois. Mr. Menage. Okay, here we go again. Door's locked. Well, I mean, listen, when you're in your 20s, you wake up in the morning and you're, for me, it used to, pray out. Think of that. The guy's banging on the window going, let me in. They place my order. Chick's just minding her own business. For all we know, she might need a bra or something, She's going bra shopping. I mean, think about it, John Smith, and I don't really talk about this all the time, but, if you sleep with a bunch of different women or you date a bunch of different women or whatever, and then you sow your oats, so to speak, I'm not saying you can't find several good Thai women at once, but there's a saying here in Thailand, and that is one woman, one set of problems. 2 women, 2 sets of problems. 3 women, 3 sets of problems. I don't think it's unhealthy. I think whatever makes somebody happy. $200,000 extra on your bank account or be 10 years younger. I'll take the 200K. I'll take the 200K. Shit, what's going on here? A lot of 60-year-old people live in Thailand and don't get married. Why do they do it? Is it unhealthy in your opinion? It's not a matter of why they do it. I don't think people set out to do it. I think what happens is many people get married. Nowadays, a lot of the marriages don't work. They split up, and they're in a position now. Their kids don't live with them. They don't have a wife anymore. They're single. Maybe they sold their house, they've got a retirement, or they've got money in the bank, they're renting out houses or land or something back in the States or wherever. So they don't have many concerns. And then they figure, hey, I've been to Thailand, it's a great place, I'm gonna come over there and give it a go. They check it out, she's gone again. Looks like she's scattled off again. Skeedle-deedled off again. So they're in a position, they come over here and they're single and they're like, hey, I'm going to stay single. I mean, it's too bad Jono's not commenting today, but he's, 65? And he wants to stay single. And some people, like me, if I was single, to be honest, if I was single, I would have a hard time getting involved with anybody in a serious relationship because I don't want to screw them up. I don't want to screw their life up. Maybe they expect too much. Maybe they're younger than me and it's just too much. Maybe it's better sometimes that, you almost live together, but you still have your own place to live. I don't know what happened to the girl. So there's all kinds of reasons, you know. The cost of being married with children is huge, $275,000 to raise a child in the United States. I don't know. I mean, you know, yes, of course it costs money. Here in Thailand, it doesn't cost as much. But yeah, it's something to think about. The other thing, though, is that you're not completely alone. Which I don't mean alone in the sense of, oh, I'm lonely or something like that. I mean, you're not alone. Like, listen, you know, there have been times I've been in the hospital, and fortunately I have some friends and I have family, and, you know, it's not like I'm laying in a hospital bed going, am I going to live, am I going to die, and there's nobody there who gives a shit. It's nice to know that you have people who care about you, you know? So, I mean, there's all kinds of reasons why. You're in your 20s, you want to have fun, then have fun, but just think about something. You might be 65 one day, and, you know, you might want to have somebody there with you, you know? And then again, you might not. So, up to you. That's another thing they say here. Up to you. All decisions are unanimous. We are going to be on the news any minute for that. Oh, really? Are you? Wow. So you should tell that story, man. Mr. Soy Dog Cowboy is an avid, what do you call it? Metal detector. He's got the little metal detecting machine. And he goes and he goes treasure hunting and, you know, trying to find high value items, you know, for fun and whatever. But I guess there was a woman who lost her wedding ring, and, you know, of course she was upset. And Mr. Soy Dog Cowboy and his buddies were in the right place at the right time, and they decided to assist the young lass. And because of their being in the right place at the right time, and she was lucky enough to have them around, they found her wedding ring. And so now he's going to be on the news. He's a big superstar anymore, from, you know, now. And we should also feel privileged to be graced by his presence. He is now the wedding ring. He's the hunter. Sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but that's very nice. I think it was very nice, and it's good to make people happy like that, you know. She's like, you found my wedding ring. How can I help you? How can I thank you? I can never do anything enough to thank you. Soy Dog Cowboy's thinking, nah, I'm joking, but you know, when you do something nice for somebody like that, that's, you know, that's memorable, that's epic. You don't forget those kind of things, you know. Soy Dog Cowboy and his pals were the men of the hour. She's lucky that you were there. I mean, really, she's pretty fortunate. It's too bad I can't put you on there with it. I'm on the mobile. Maybe you can record it, or it'll be on you know, that TV channel's YouTube channel. Trying to find out if the chick's still here. I don't see her. She could be lingering. It looks like they're still looking over at her. Actually, it's called doing your good deed for the day. You know, like helping an old lady off a song towel, helping an old lady when she falls down and cracks her head open on the sidewalk, finding a ring under the, you know, the sand, you know, whatever it is, helping somebody across to get across the street, you know, because there's a lot of cars coming, whatever it may be. it does feel good to be nice, you know, every once in a while. I want to see if this chick is here still, because it looks like they're still locking the door. I can't see her. The ever watchful eyes of beer. She there? She's there? She's still here. She's sitting at the end. She's sitting at the end. You can't see her, I don't think. She's over there on the very right. I'm curious to see, you know, maybe she'll just come walk right in, you know, maybe she doesn't, like I said, you know, you never know. She could have had a bad morning that day. I don't know. She could be off her meds or something, you know, and now she's back on them. Although here comes a chick in a blue dress. That might set her off. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure they'll be okay here in Starbucks, especially with a locked door. Somehow I don't think she's going to kick the door down. She has anger management issues. Could be. I don't know, you know. Who knows? All I know is, so far, she has not provided you with any entertainment. And that's a good thing. She's behind the hedges. She's waiting with a big butcher's knife. They're telling this lady over here all about it. Be careful. Is the door unlocked? Oh, she's not going out. Very peaceful though. It's peaceful outside, peaceful in here. Spanish eyes, Thai eyes. I'm not drinking a coffee, Monash. And I'm certainly not taunting her. That's the thing, you know, like I said, nobody was taunting her, nobody was giving her a hard time. She just blew up for some reasons. That's why I was like, I wonder if somebody said anything, did anything. This guy's traffic, nothing else. Gennaro, here you go if you're still here. That's for you. Everything's for you, Gennaro. It's all for you, man. This is the Gennaro viewing show. My presence or Monash's? I think she knows Mr. Monash is in the house. Now, if you really want to remember something, for those of you who were here, you really want to think about something. There's two things. I don't know if you remember the video or I don't know if it was a stream or a video. There's no con though. But when I was in Myanmar and the guys were playing Tak Raw, I don't know if you remember that. They're all playing Tak Raw. And there were people watching, and they let me come into the little arena, the little stadium. It was a little, you know, like a little, I don't know, almost like a schoolhouse or whatever. And they had this area that was just for playing takraw, and there's all people sitting all around the playing field. And this guy walks up to me. He's completely smashed, and he's telling me how much he loves me. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't remember if it was a video or a stream, but he was telling me how much he loved me. And part of me was like, I'm like saying to myself, if this guy touches me, I'm gonna crack him. I'm gonna smack this guy. This guy, you know, I'm gonna shove him by his face or something. I'm like thinking to myself, this guy gets violent, you know, if he starts kissing me and getting that way. He kissed me on the cheek, and I just went, ah. I mean, he wouldn't let up, and I was laughing because I had to laugh because, you know, I'm comfortable. I know, you know, I don't want the guy slobbering all over me, and I don't want him kissing me. But, you know, he like gave me a kiss on the cheek or something, you know, and I was like, that was one. What was the other one? Rather uncomfortable moment. I've had a few at Klong Tui, which I've been meaning to go there, by the way. I've had a few instances there where, you know, various women have started, you know, and they're all older. It's not like, you know, they're little hotties waiting for Scotty. They're all older, like, you know, 60, 70, 80. And, you know, I'm like telling them I have to go, and they're tearing up. They're crying. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, how can I get out of here? You know, how can I get out of here gracefully? You know, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything, but, and what was that other one? There was something that happened. Hottie's waiting for Scotty. Hottie's scouting Scotty. I don't know. Yeah, there have been some uncomfortable moments. I don't remember the ones in Thailand, though. There was one in particular I was thinking of. I can't remember it now. Because that's how my mind works. As soon as I get done streaming, I'll remember what the hell it is. But I do remember the guy. How about, where was this? Oh, this was in Myanmar also. I think it was in Yangon, where I was with, I think I was with Longhorns. And we were in some bar, and these girls saw that I was streaming. And they were asking me about, you know, oh, you're a YouTube star. Oh, you're streaming. Oh, and then they wanted to be on it. And then one girl got pissed off, and she didn't like it, and that shot everybody down. They were all like, no, don't film us. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was in the inside of a bar. Yeah, if I said that to my wife, you know, my wife loved me a long time, she'd roll her eyes and be like, shut up. It's so funny that once you like, when you do get married, in the beginning, you know, they tell you how, oh, your Thai is very good. Oh, yes. Oh, I like it. Yes, you can speak Thai very good. Oh. And you're like, oh, well, your English is pretty good too, you know. And then, like now, after, you know, 20 years, it's like, shut up, you speak like a baby. Speak to me in English. Unbelievable. And then my kids are constantly correcting her English. Because I don't dare do it. I don't want to. I let them do it. It's easier that way. I let them do all the dirty work. Oh yeah, celebrity, huh? Show me the celebrity money. Show me the celebrity money. Then I'd be like, all right, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit of a celebrity. Big deal. Maybe if I got some of that Alaska gold money, Or that, did anybody ever see the Jungle Gold show? That was pretty good. It was scripted, I think, but it was pretty good. Khabib says, stay humble. Yes. Just remember, you take a dump like everybody else. That puts it in perspective. If you see a hot chick, think about her on a squat toilet. Puts it all into perspective. Oh, yes. $10 มึงดีใจไหม ไม่ต้องห่วง Everything's still locked up. She's just waiting for them to start letting people into the mall. Once that happens, then she can lock the Starbucks door and keep it locked, and she doesn't have to worry about it because nobody can come in. Nobody can come in through the door. I know I'm gonna get messages about this. What's the name of this song? This is who? Dionne Warwick. Say a little prayer for you. Anyway. Yeah, right. What are you, like 68, Monash? Minaj? I'm gonna start calling you Minaj. I think it's, you know, you should take that as a compliment. Stephen Minaj. You come to Thailand and you tell the girls, you go, my name is Stephen Minaj. Minaj, huh? Mr. Minaj? Mr. Minaj à toi. See how many know what that is. What did my wife say the other day? My wife said something the other day like, what does it matter? We're all gonna die pretty soon anyway. I'm like, pretty soon? I was like, what the hell are you talking about? If I'm lucky, my life's like half over, that's it. My name is Mr. Minaj. Mr. Minaj, oh. Yes, as in, you know, menage a trois. Menage a trois. Oh, Mr. Menage a trois. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Menage a trois. We'll just turn this on to beers. You can see from the concern in her eyes that she's still eyeballing this chick. She does not trust her one bit. She doesn't want an incident, is what it is. Let's give it a little, let's take a little look over here. I heard the earth move. Come on, you know who this is. Carole King. If you play this, your live stream may be blocked from 236 countries. That's the issue. I didn't even know there was 236 countries. I thought it was something like 210. I don't know. Do we really want to wait and see, you know, if this girl just goes in or what the deal is? Does it really matter? I don't think it really matters as long as I keep filming. It's laughable and annoying to you. It's frustrating to me. Because, listen, I understand they don't want you using whole songs and stuff like that, just, using it as a soundtrack to your video, because then that opens up, that opens up a whole lot of let me see something. I'm trying to figure something out. Yes, Pandora's box. That's what it does. It opens up Pandora's box. I really wanted to use that in the right way, so I had to double check it. But yes, it opens up Pandora's box. Now, if you don't know about Pandora's box, all it means that there's going to be a lot of problems. It's not actually Pandora's box. So, you can see people making movies for YouTube that are using copyrighted music because they can get away with it. I understand that that's not the right way to go about things and the right way for YouTube to deal with it. But I think that when you have a little clip that's 5 seconds or 10 seconds and you're going to block a video, I don't think that that's right. Or it's background music. I'm sitting here. It's not that I want them to play this music here. So what, now I'm not allowed to sit in Starbucks and stream? Well, I am if I don't want to, but you can't monetize it. You know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. Because if I was the musician, I wouldn't want people stealing my music or letting... I'm trying to hear what song this is. Yeah, it's not like I turned it on. They turned it on, and I just happened to be here. And even worse is like yesterday, I have no say. There's no way. It's Sony Music. They're not going to back down. I don't even want to challenge it. But we're talking about, some Chinese or it might have been the Barbie doll song. I don't even remember which one it was. But, that's like my least favorite song, What is it? Come on, Barbie. Whatever the name of it is, Barbie doll song. And they play it in Thailand all the time. It's the most annoying song, but they were doing it to aerobics yesterday. And because of that, they demonetized the video. And I'm like, well, I can't do anything. I can't challenge it. So, they just block that out. Or they tell you they're going to share the revenue, which it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is, what if that was a video that did, 50 million views or 2 million views, and I lose a couple $1,000? Yeah, I don't know, I don't know the answer. And that's the problem. I don't always have the answers. Nobody really has the answers because YouTube always seems to lose when it comes to these copyright deals, because they don't necessarily go after me. They go after YouTube. These companies go after YouTube, sue YouTube. So it makes it very difficult for YouTube. So I kind of understand, but, then again, I don't. It's like fining you for enjoying air conditioning. They cannot solve the problem, so they tinker around the edges, annoying innocent people. That's YouTube. I mean, the whole left-right controversy, conservative, liberal, all that kind of bullshit. It's pretty ridiculous. But they'll figure it out eventually. I don't know if it'll, I don't know if they'll figure it out and it'll be something that everybody can live with and be happy with. Because for me, it doesn't really affect me that much, because most of the time I use music that is royalty free. But there's a lot of people out there, especially people teaching music and that kind of thing. They start playing a song and then all of a sudden, they don't have any revenue anymore. So how do you, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Do the radio stations pay for copyright? Maybe. In the old days, no one gave a fuck. They saw us promoting the artist. They don't pay for copyright now. Anyway, we don't want to get too serious here. So, today's what? Thursday. Oh, Thursday. Now, I think with any luck, I'm probably going to stream on Sunday. And then so I'll have one more stream. YouTube should offer a membership option that allows for copyrighted music. Yeah, I guess that they might be able to figure something out. I don't know. I don't know how they could do that. They have a membership option, which they just started, and actually, you know, it's definitely not making me rich, but you know, it's like an extra $25 a month. I'll take it, you know. Well, you know, 25 in my pocket or whatever. After their 30%. But, you know, for the copyright, then they'd have to figure out they'd have to work something out where they figured out how they could pay the owner of the song or the owners of the song and pay the content creator and make everybody happy, you know, because they're still going to take out their percentage. So, you know, it's not all that easy. She just had to go back and forth here, opening this door all morning. I'm just going to shut up for a minute and let you guys watch this. I don't think this lady's going to make a problem. I don't know if they're going to let her in, though. Well, I mean, let's get real. It's not all that big of a deal, especially if it means keeping you safe. Anyway, I think that we're going to call it a day. Let me see something here. Damn it. What is this here? Well, I mean, think about it. The last time, you know, the guy had to lock the door, and then when he unlocked it and she ran in, he had to fight with her. You know, and he went out and she scratched him up. Yeah, I would hope that one day they'll get to that. Yeah, they do have a revenue sharing. Thanks a lot, Charles. Wow, right at the last minute there. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The revenue sharing is good. The only problem that I see is that, like always, YouTube refuses to show what your percentage is. You don't know what your percentage is. They make you guess at what your percentage is. Why are they not transparent with it? Probably because they're giving more money to the actual creator of the music than the creator on YouTube. I don't know. But what I do know is they're not transparent, and there's a lot of things that they're not transparent about. And I think that maybe in the future, if they were transparent, for good, for better or worse, if you liked what you saw or not, at least being transparent would make YouTubers a little happier. I mean, I'd like to know. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, it sucks that I don't know, but does it really matter? No, not, you know. But then again, I'm not making $20,000 or $30,000 a month, you know. Need to know basis, and they prefer to keep YouTubers like mushrooms. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, they do provide a platform, and you got to look at it. They're trying to keep a lot of people happy. But like I said, when Joe Rogan goes on Spotify, when Spotify starts opening up to different, you know, to different content creators, video content creators, I think, you know, things will change a little bit. God, she's sweating like a pig, man. Thank you, Richard. I'm going to tell you that you are the first PayPal of the day, and I really appreciate that. And may you have good luck. There you go, Gennaro. Yeah, well, you know, what's so funny about Joe Rogan is that I don't think he's the best comedian. I mean, he has some funny bits. I don't think he's the greatest comedian. He's definitely not the greatest actor, but he's very good at what he does on his podcast, and he's good with UFC. And you know, for him to make that kind of money, you know, he gets to do something that he really likes to do. And he's making a ton of money, you know, which is fantastic. Listen, if somebody told me, Scotty, you're going to make $2 million a year, you get to stream on YouTube, and you're making $2 million a year. Now, obviously, that's not $100 million, but still, you think I'd be happy? For some reason, that would put a little more pep in my step. That would put a little more pep in my step. It would make me know, okay, I don't have that much to worry about. As long as I can stay healthy. Well, and when he doesn't know things, he is usually fairly good at bullshitting about it, which, you know, that's an art in itself. She's still there. We got 10 minutes, so we'll just see what happens. They let her in, they don't let her in. To be or not to be. She ain't going anywhere, baby. No, this is the thing. I mean, listen, even when the cops came, the other couple weeks ago, when the cops came, she just sat there. She wasn't going nowhere. But you know, listen, like I said, you know, I don't mean to judge her because of what she did the last time, but who knows? Maybe, like I said, maybe she's just having a bad day. Now today, maybe she's going to be A-okay. Maybe somebody should take her over to CASHAPP. She's a Starbucks troll. Maybe she's from Seattle or St. Louis or Chicago. Look at the look on Beer's face. She is just like on her like a hawk, man. She wants to know exactly what's going on. Some of the Starbucks trolls get in through my chat, but some of them, they're physically here. I've only had like 2. Now she's a troll of a different sort, but I have had 2 trolls, 2 guys who came here and gave me some shit. In all the time I've been talking about being in Starbucks, I had one guy, and he and I actually talked. One guy actually talked to me for a while, and then he talked shit about me behind my back after he talked to me. And then, of course, I never saw the guy again. And then another guy was the guy who I walked by. Actually, Longhorns was with me. And well, they're not making peanuts by Thai standards. They're doing okay. She's been here for 3 years. She's probably grossing somewhere, 18,000 baht, 20,000 baht. She got benefits. She's got health care, which for someone her age and as someone considered an unskilled laborer, with no degree, she's doing okay. And she could work her way up and be a regional manager or whatever. She can make, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month. Right now they may not be giving any more raises. I don't know. But what time is it here? So we got 5 minutes until the mall opens. Oh God. What cracks me up is that almost every day there are people that they think they can just go into the mall now, and they just go in and they yank on the door and it's locked, and they're like, no, you can't go in yet. But why? The mall is open. Yeah, but it's not open to the public yet. Got a message yesterday, from Mr. Sammy, who's been following my channel for quite some time, or subscribed to my channel for quite some time. He was saying, oh, you're gonna have to get a gimbal. I have gimbals. I didn't use a gimbal yesterday because I didn't want to carry the gimbal and my tripod, which is what I'm on right now. I got a extendable tripod. I was only gonna bring the tripod on my trip, but now I've decided I'm gonna bring the gimbal and the tripod, so I have both. So I can walk and talk, and as long as the gimbal is working, it'll stay nice and steady. And I'll bring this little mini tripod thing. I'm just gonna bring one backpack, so it's an extra item, which I don't really wanna, I don't want to have to use if at all possible, but I may need to, so I might as well bring the gimbal. Now, if you have not looked already at this place called Wat Putok, Wat Jeti Akiri, I think that's what it's also known as. Take a look at it online. It's pretty phenomenal. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the stairs, getting up the stairs, because my knee and my hip have been bothering me, and were bothering me yesterday, bothering me today. going up a large number of stairs might be a bit of a bitch. But once you get up there, it's pretty crazy. And what I'm curious to know is, there's seven, what do they call them? 7 levels. I read somewhere that the last 2 levels were closed because there's too many snakes, which is not a good thing. But I'm kind of hopeful that all the levels are open so that I can check out every place there, because you're way up on top of a mountain, you're looking over the Mekong River, looking over Laos, looking over parts of Thailand. Should be pretty cool. So they're getting ready to open. No more worrying about opening the door for people. They're all lined up. Where's our girl at? I don't see her. What you streaming about today? Oh, I streamed about a lot of things. A little bit about politics, a little bit about my trip, a little bit about this chick who is a bit of a brawler. And then we watched people go into the mall. Very exciting. Looks like 20 seconds. Now I'm gonna walk home because I need my exercise. I need to make sure I'm walking every day so I remember just what it's like to have to wake up and walk every day, because I don't want to get complacent and lazy. It's easy to do. They are now open. Let's see if she skedaddles her way through. Nope. So far, I don't see her. She just left. Well, I don't understand. What does she do? She comes here and chills out, and then she just leaves? Oh, call you up. Oh, she was just telling me that the girl is here. Where is she? I don't see her. Is she gonna come in fighting with the people in the mall? Doesn't look like it. She's gone. Gone with the wind. Anyway, it was a good day. I didn't have to whip out my AK. So, thank you very much, everybody. Looking forward to this trip now. I'm starting to get a little bit amped. So that's a good thing. Once I'm in the airport, although it is Don Mueang Airport, once I get to the airport, I'm sure I'll feel a little more of a spark. But feeling good about it. Should be fun. So anyway, that's all I got. So we will talk later. This chick is long gone. I don't know what happened to her. So no battles in Starbucks. That's a good thing, actually. As much as everybody was like waiting to see it, it didn't happen. All right, buddy, you take it easy. And everybody else out there, thank you very much. Thank you very much, baby. Until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Chok di, that jerk on my. See ya.